looked at the Rotten Tomatoes, gave it a pretty good score.
This is Utopia, a pharmaceutical powerhouse that paid off the politicians. Now it's the government, and its tower reaches beyond the heavens.
In my impoverished childhood, I stood as an inconspicuous figure, battling both physical malnourishment and the shadow of my diminutive stature. In a world where survival meant a ruthless exploitation of others, my resilience became my armor, and my intellect, my beacon. Then, as fate would have it, a scientist from Utopia discovered me engrossed in transcribing complex formulas. My abilities cast an irresistible allure, compelling him to claim me for his own. Under his cold gaze, I was sent to the steel mill as a welder, an ironic job where machines did what people used to. To get his approval back, I worked through the blistering heat and isolation, knowing questioning him was pointless. Over time, my precision became almost as exact as the machines. Still, he'd inspect my work and throw it in the recycler. What he didn't understand was that I
maintain it in order to
even in those conditions,
lose weight, stop eating.
By sticking it out through his tests, I won back his favor and reminded myself who I was. In my 20s, I secured a position in the scientist wing, marking almost a decade before the cooling touch of air conditioning graced me again. Initially, I was punished for fabricating air conditioning. When I became an operator, I completed intricate systems effortlessly, earning his admiration. Dubbed an anomaly by my peers, I possessed an infallible memory and a creative streak that birthed remarkable ideas. Progressing further, I ascended to the role of engineer, a rung beneath the elites. I stand on par with him now, though this marks the pinnacle of my ascent. Imagine the intellectual freedom inherent in being an engineer, empowered to transform abstract concepts into tangible realities. I often develop prototypes at the intersection of artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, and a vast spectrum of emerging technologies. Yet, this freedom is tempered by an undeniable caveat: the priorities of the elite, whose demands dictate the direction of my work. None are more ambitious or more unsettling than their call for a pristine android, an autonomous entity driven by conscious intent, designed to serve as both a symbol of their power and a tool to further solidify their authority. This uncharted territory teemed with unprecedented challenges, initially sparking my enthusiasm more than the looming repercussions. At the outset, I saw the opportunity to extract consciousness from the body's confines, aligning with the elite's pursuit of immortality. This wasn't just about weaponry. It was about securing an eternal existence, the ultimate safety net. Creating a prototype was a challenge, made even more difficult by the need to enclose consciousness within a protected android. The elites sought direct involvement. The weapon they desired would be a symbol of their righteous power, wielded against the masses who dared defy them. They wanted a grand representation of their exalted status, cloaked in mystery, perhaps because they didn't consider us worthy of their true form. In my pursuit of success, I engineered Sam's biomechanical components, and Utopia provided the necessary specimens. Looking back, I realize I should have stopped, or at least refused. My selfish ambition drove me forward without pause. The project bore the name SAM, Specialized Artificial Manipulation. Its ultimate goal, the transference of a person's consciousness to a machine or even another human. Presently, all we can achieve is a persuasive influence on another's consciousness. But I couldn't stop there. Through gene therapy on myself, I managed to integrate with Sam. The idea of piloting a machine with a human consciousness seemed impossible, given the intricacies of the human brain. Yet, I persisted. Then there were the specimens. The elites and another engineer believed using actual human brains would yield more accurate results. My rage burned hot as that despicable person took control of my project. They're willing to sacrifice lives just to link an elite to Sam successfully. It's sickening. I've spent over 2 decades within the confines of Utopia. Many here have no clue about my origins. I've never even glimpsed an elite in person. But one thing's crystal clear. I must put an end to this madness. In retrospect, I should have heeded the moral implications and ethical boundaries, but my insatiable drive overshadowed my better judgment. Now the consequences of our actions loom large, and the boundaries of science and morality blur as we navigate this uncharted territory. Utopia, a company driven by profit, initially enticed people with the slogan, "Take a little and receive so much more." Individuals known as fodders willingly donated organs like kidneys and sections of their liver in exchange for Utopia's services. However, the company's practices took a sinister turn when it began harvesting entire limbs without consent. This betrayal caused outrage as many woke up to find they had lost more than they had agreed to give. As fodders turned away from Utopia, the company allied with a criminal organization called the Quad, of which you're familiar with, to maintain its inventory, employing brutal methods, including targeting children. Despite Utopia's greed, a small group of elites called Mother's Mercy rose to challenge these atrocities. Under their influence, Utopia was pressured into ceasing its exploitation of fodders, marking a pivotal shift in its operations. This shift required Utopia to change its approach, incurring costs. Nevertheless, it allowed the company to generate its own supply by using only one fodder. Creating something from nothing was an impossibility. Desperation ceased to drive individuals when the outcome was abduction and death. Utopia's reputation was marred by its deceitful policies, causing the fodders to distance themselves from the company. Consequently, abductions were no longer an option, dealing a blow to the Quad's operations. With distrust now plaguing the relationship between fodders and Utopia, suitable candidates became scarce. Thus, Utopia turned to a mentally challenged adult who could sign a contract for a toy bunny. This marked the moment when Utopia could proceed with its project. The candidate's real identity remained confidential, as declared by Utopia. They utilized all aspects of the subject for cloning except the brain, opting for simplicity by cloning the full body and removing unwanted components. Their decision saddened me, planning to discard the brain of this forever unconscious clone. Despite being labeled as crazy by the other engineers, I courageously saved the first cloned brain, naming him Sam and granting him an identity. Sam became crucial to my project, serving as a blueprint for future clones and bringing an end to Utopia's harvesting endeavors. Urgency compelled me to swiftly forge the lone infant clone from the source, Sam. Within the artificial womb, I genetically enhanced its intelligence and strength. Sam, the original, grappled with autism and intellectual disability, yet possessed an unusually robust physique, powerful frame, thick skin, and remarkably strong collagen fiber tendons. A blend of harsh life and genetics seemingly shaped him. I obtained 2 subjects, Sam's brain and the clone infant. Deuce, you are that infant. I crafted you 26 years ago within Utopia's walls. Despite my utmost efforts to conceal you, the company's overseers eventually discovered your existence. I endeavored to bargain with them, even begged for your life. However, these indifferent overseers are nothing more than AI-based androids, devoid of human empathy. The overseer issued me an ultimatum. Dispose of the illegal specimens or bear the consequences of the tribunal. Angry at the outcome, I reluctantly told them I would comply with Utopia's policies, despite my disagreement. The overseers naively believed I would follow their directive and departed, leaving me in solitude. It was then that I faced the most monumental decision of my life. I altered the abortion procedure's records, creating the illusion of its completion. Fortunately, you were already 37 weeks in the artificial womb, allowing for a safe delivery. This choice branded me a traitor, compelling me to disappear. Walking around with both a baby and Sam would be untenable for survival. My sole connection was Pascali, the quad captain at the time. I struck a deal with Pascali, convincing him to take you in while I offered him my expertise in return.
This is just a glimpse into the world of Prototype Sam. A world where power is bought, bodies are commodities, and survival means bending the rules. If this story speaks to you about fighting against a system designed to control, about the cost of ambition, about breaking free, then you need to experience the full journey. Get your copy now on Amazon. Support independent comics. Support diverse storytelling. And step into the future of Prototype Sam. Because some battles are not just fought with strength, they are fought for the very essence of who we are.
Oh God, I'm tearing up. How'd they get the pants on the chicken? That's what I want to know. Coloring all that hair and beard took some time, but it was worth it.
All right, so here we are. We're going to be doing some traditional art today. So I have some postcard sizes right here that I'm gonna make. I think I'm gonna do some Punishers. So yeah, that's what we're gonna work on. And let's see here. Where is? Not sure why this isn't working. Okay, I'm trying to listen to the music, but it's not being nice. Maybe try something else. Huh. That's crazy how like it was literally working like there we go. Alright, cool. I had to make sure the sound was where it needed to be. Alright, so I'm gonna grab some water and so we're gonna do some light ink wash. Looks like this might have some dust in it. You know, I just realized I set the strength to art, but I think that might be a game. And I probably need to see if it's actually need to be called creativity or creative. Let me go check that real quick. Also, I need to set up. Also, I need to turn on the channel point for anybody that wants to use the channel points to buy some of the sketches. Let's see here. I need to move this somewhere so I can easily see it. Alright, so let's just first deal with channel points. Oh, it is on. Wow, I have it set to 10,000 or 50,000. Should change that to like 10,000. Yeah, that seems a little more fair. I said the 10,000. Alright, okay, let's see here. I need to see if this should have been creativity instead. Create. Okay, well I don't think it's create, so I guess it is art. Children of the damned. Let's see, just want to make sure this is right. Okay, I guess it is called art. Alright. I could have swore for the longest time they had it as creative or something. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some stuff done here. So let's grab this so I can make the skull look kind of like the latest Frank Castle. There you go. Alright, so what we want to do is make sure, Lestat was having issues with the with ways to use pins. So I'm gonna grab some pins, and we can kind of test around a little bit while I do it. I'm pretty sure I know what the pins I would use, but you know. Alright, let's go ahead and start with
Downtown LA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm, has taken on many types of cases, from slips and falls, accidents, dog bites, and other negligence injury cases. We don't back down. We take the fight to court if needed. This year, one of our largest settlements reached over $10 million related to a motorcycle accident, and our grand total of combined settlements has reached over $500 million. Contact us now. Text Injury Help to 40222. That's Injury Help to 40222. Visit us at calldowntown.com for more information.
nothing like having advertisements.
Easy resting with queen beds starting at $195, and special meals with dining sets starting at $295. You'll even find outdoor sets for alfresco fun starting at $595. Plus, pay no interest for 24 months on select purchases with your good credit.
Do you know the Punisher has broken his nose? Well, the latest Punisher, whose name I can't remember, he broken his nose like 20 times. Kind of looks like it too. I mean, his nose looks all beat up. So we're gonna do a lot of black hair because with this one, he's gonna have a lot of his light is gonna be focused in this area here, in this direction, which means a lot of it here is gonna be really dark. And then, since I'm a little, since it's been like probably a year since I've done, maybe even more, since I've done any traditional drawing. Of course, I've been drawing like, you know, the comic for you know, a lot. So as far as drawing comics, that's not new. That's not going to be real hard for me to do. got some interesting ears. This fella here. A lot of this is going to be black here. A lot of that's going to be black. All right. Let's kind of lighten this down just a little bit. I'm just using the full right here. I'm not doing the edges like that. I'm doing the whole thing like this. There you go. All right, now let's go ahead and grab our goodie bag. And that's the goodie bag there. So yeah, usually I just use this. Just a metal container here. And then this right here is the best stuff. It's like $8, but I can go through like several paintings. This isn't really a painting, really. I mean, I guess technically it's painting, but like when I mean painting, I'm thinking like, you know, a big picture. And I get several of those in this thing. It's pretty good. Alright, so dropper is not working. That is odd. Now we're getting something. Alright, now we grab the water bottle. Or just the water, actually. But I guess I could grab the water bottle.
100 greatest heavy metal. Music to give you debuts you like.
Okay, now, let's see. Let's find my brushes. I only really use one brush. I just gotta go find it. Japanese style brush that I usually use. Oh, I got it. I can go like this. Is this it? I think I found it. Yay! I found it. Okay. I got this here. Oh my god. I thought I had water in this thing. Son of a... I rinsed it, but I didn't put water in there. There, now I got my water. Now I know it's going to warp a little bit. It kind of goes with the territory, you know. But that's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to have its own little, you know, its own, I wanted to have its own, treat it like it's its own organism, you know.
dude. Almost ready. First round of fireballs on me.
Who are you? I'm the Fireball Dragon, and I'm here to grant you 3 wishes.
Really?
Hell no! I'm here to torture you.
And oh, I thought I died again.
A night to remember.
What is even going on right now?
You're in a radio commercial.
Wait, I'm in a commercial?
Ignite the night with Fireball.
What is going on here?
Please drink responsibly. Whiskey with natural cinnamon flavor, 33% alcohol by volume, produced by Cesar Co. Louisville, Kentucky.
What kind of commercial is that? Halfway into a song? What the hell? Right now I'm kind of having to bend this a little bit because I don't have this taped down. So yeah, you can see how the image is coming into form here. Now I'm just going to kind of let that dry a little bit. I guess while I let it dry, I guess it'd be a good time to tell. Let's take a look at pins here because Lestat was having issues with doing pin and then doing a watercolor, I think, on top of it. So I got myself 2 different types of pen. Now this one here, I believe, is the one that's usually the best. Micron is what it's called. I think the Sharpie is going to be the one that bleeds, or not bleeds, but it'll smear, I think. But let's find out. So I'll write this Micron. And then we'll write this Sharpie. Okay, so there's micro smear. It does smear a little bit. How about the Sharpie? I'm going to use a different finger now. Okay, now let's take a quick look here. Now it seems like the... Let's see, where's my button? So it seems like the Sharpie actually isn't smearing as much. Okay, so now that's the case, let's add some water in here. Let's go ahead and do another test. We'll use we're going to do a circle with the Micron right there, and then let's grab a circle here with the Sharpie, the really small Sharpie pen to be exact. Okay, now let's go ahead and ink some or paint this with. We're gonna use. We're just gonna use Black Star matte. right there. Ink. So let's just do half of each. Actually, you know what, kind of thing, but I'm going to do this. I'm not really seeing a smear on either. Now let's do it again, but I think we're going to need to actually use actual watercolor this time. So let's go ahead and grab another one of these. This time let's do a square. And then I'm going to do Sharpie. Like so. Alright, now let me go grab some watercolor. I have some pretty much ready. If I find the thing, wherever it was. Where's all my shit at? I literally just saw it like just before I started the stream too. Alright, where is the big watercolor palette thing that I have kept in my very hands before the stream? Or actually during the stream. Okay, well here's something better than nothing, so this will work just as good. So I'll use this here. This is actually really good watercolor stuff. I've done a lot of paintings with this here. And I actually have a thing on Amazon that you can find where you can get this thing. It's like, I think it's like 20 bucks. And I mean, this thing lasts a long time. Like I said, I spent like 5 straight years just using, well, not this one exactly, but the other one. And I got this one here just because I wanted it at the time. I've had this for a while now too. Okay, so let's grab, let's see what color here. Let's do red, that way we can definitely see. And of course this is definitely been dry now, if drying is really necessary. Okay, now let's see what happens. I'm actually rubbing right on the on it. Purposely. Let's see if we can get a smear. Okay, I don't see a smear here, and I don't see a bleed. Let's go again. Well, I mean, I think I have to say that I think both of these are pretty good. If I had to pick one, though, I would probably have to say the Sharpie, to believe it or not, because that didn't that barely smeared, whereas the Micron did smeared a little bit. So yeah. So yeah, let's grab do this one more time so we can. So again, here's Micron. Justly done. You can see it does smear. Of course, I added a little extra ink to that, I use more pen marks there. So now this is the Sharpie pen. The same thing. Different finger this time. Yeah, barely a smudge. Yeah, I'm gonna rub the hell out of it too. Now let's rub the hell out of this. Yeah, you see, look at you rub on that. That's definitely noticeable. But the Sharpie pen, you can hear the noise. I mean, rubbing my finger, and I mean it's a lot better. It does smudge a little bit, but nowhere near as much as the Micron. So I think we made our decision that Sharpie pen, that's the way to go right there. I think I might save that for a YouTube video. Alright, so it's been an hour now. Waiting for some people who wanted to see artwork But you know, I had to sing it though. It had to happen. Now in this case I had to add quite a bit of water in this because, yeah, sometimes you just gotta do that. Hand in a bush.
State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years, and #2 among public universities for employability. ASU isn't just ahead of the curve, it's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate and certificate programs at ASU online.asu.edu.
Dive into summer style and savings during the Memorial Day event at Living Spaces. Enjoy cozy lounging with sofas starting at $350, easy resting with queen beds starting at $195, and special meals with dining sets starting at $295. You'll even find outdoor sets for al fresco fun starting at $595. Plus, pay no interest for 24 months on select purchases with your good credit and enjoy free shipping as soon as next day. Celebrate the start of summer and shop the Memorial Day event only at Living Spaces. Living Spaces.
Hey, Arch. Yo, I did I'm doing art here. I'm just doing a picture of the guy who plays Punisher. Yeah, I mean, I'll show up more if I have people come by the streams more, you know. Originally, that's what my stream was about. It was about doing artwork. Yeah, so this here's a kind of a small piece. So yeah, this is a small little painting here. I spent a little bit of time, and I'm probably going to save this as something on YouTube. But I did a thing here of which is better for doing pins on a watercolor or ink. The verdict is, believe it or not, Sharpie pen. You'd think it would be micron, but yeah, Sharpie pen. So yeah. Now this here is not any pens at all. This is strictly ink, because that's just how I roll. Yeah, I've had a few people ask me when are you gonna start doing art again. It's not the first time I've had, several people ask me that. And so when I do it, and I even used to send, a everybody message on Discord, but then those people usually don't show up. Yeah, exactly. Very good. Yeah, it's the Netflix. It's the Netflix Terminator, or excuse me, Punisher. You've got that correct. That is the one we're going with. Anytime you need to do a bleed, or excuse me, when you need to blend, you do what I'm doing here, and then you add a little water to the tips of it, Then that'll blend it all in. Like so. Yeah, I think the next one I'll do, it'll be, I'll probably just do another Terminator. I keep saying Terminator, sorry. Punisher. I'll probably do another Punisher. I don't know, I like Punisher a lot. I actually have the first issue of the annual and the first issue of Warzone. I should go and check what that's worth now. Yeah, you know what? I like him too. Yeah, he's definitely the Warzone version. The Punisher Warzone version is definitely Ray Stevens, without a doubt. Yeah. You know, that movie got a bad rap, man. I liked that movie. I mean, I liked it better than Thomas Jane, you know. Yeah, you liked it too. Yeah, actually, I actually have a picture of him because he's one of the Punishers I was wanting to that I was considering on inking. Well, you can't really see it, but yeah, it was Stevenson's version. I like the collar and everything. I mean, it's so Warzone, you know. Alright, let's start getting the...
You're listening to 100 Greatest Heavy Metal.
Yeah, I like Ray Stevens' Punisher outfit better than the Netflix version. Because the Netflix version, like, he's not really armored. You know what I mean? Like, you're going against a bunch of criminals that have guns. And all he has is a high-end bulletproof vest. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have anything else. Whereas Ray Stevens' version, I mean, he's got armor, you know, he's got armor, like, he's got more armor, and he definitely has the thing around his neck to keep his neck protected. Oh, Dolph Lundgren, yeah. Poor Dolph Lundgren. Yeah. That is, I mean, let's see. Dolph Lundgren, he shows up naked in a sewer talking to God. Now, I think there is one in the comics where the Punisher did stuff like that, but I'm just like, I don't know. Burn. So like Thomas Jane, like, I mean, I think he could have been really good, you know. I mean, it was just the script though, like his whole family gets murdered. He's like a FBI agent or something, like. Yeah, just I did like him fighting that big wrestle guy. What's his name? Ted Nash. Steve Nash. Dude, Steve Nash, like, oh my gosh, that guy's just gigantic. And he, by the way, did you know? This is freaking truth, man. I cannot believe this, but in the movie The Punisher with Thomas Jane, Thomas Jane, that one. When he's fighting the Russian, the part where he grabs a knife and tries to stab the Russian. Did you know that he really did stab Kevin Nash in the chest right there? That shit was real. I mean, I couldn't believe it, but yeah, that really happened. The prop department, they screwed the pooch. They didn't provide him a proper weapon or fake weapon. So yeah, he stabbed him. Yeah, dude. Yeah, he literally got stabbed, and that was real. His face and everything. That's how tough that guy is. First off, he's so big, like his muscles and his chest is so big, like it didn't even get into his bone at all, because he's so big. And that knife that he got stabbed with is like, it's like that size, and that went through his chest, dude. That's how thick that man's chest is with muscles. So yeah, he's a big guy. So yeah, that's real, dude. He got stabbed, and then he pulled that right out. That shit's real. It's on there. You can Google it. It's nuts. He really got fucking stabbed, and he like his adrenaline must have been like really on. He must have like a lot of adrenaline kicking in for his battle. Even though it was fake, he still was able to harness that adrenaline, right? And with that adrenaline, he probably didn't feel much of the pain at all. And of course, after the fact, you can bet he didn't feel very good. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's freaking crazy. So yeah, people would be like, oh, wrestlers are all fake. It's all staged. They don't, you know, they don't really punch each other or really hurt each other. But yeah, to an extent it is staged, but there's still a lot of real injuries. You know what I mean? they really do put their their bodies at harm's way. You know, and in some cases their life. I mean, look at the Blue Blazer, man. He fell from the sky. He fell from on the brace or whatever. What do you call it, the pole or whatever? I'm talking like he literally is walking along the ring on the top rope. I mean, that's really hard to do, to walk a tightrope like that. And he's such a big dude. I mean, he really is. He's a really big guy. I mean, you don't really know until you see the guy, but he really is. He really is like 6'10", man. He's 6 freaking 10. He is that fucking tall and big. All right. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was all about The Undertaker. That was my... I wasn't into... The only time I was into Hulk Hogan was when in my youth. Really, when I was really young, there was the big bout was he was like a cop, boss man or boss, big boss, something. I forgot his name. Basically, he looks like a cop. And I forgot his name. It was him, and it was Hulk Hogan. But then I didn't. But then over time, as soon as Undertaker came around, I was like, oh man, that's gonna be my guy right there. So yeah, as a kid, when I was into wrestling, yeah, Undertaker. That was the one I went for all the time. What's wrong with you? So yeah, did you know that? Oh, the Big Boss Man. That's it. Yeah, I was close. I said Big Boss, I think. Yeah. butt kicked quite a bit. I mean, he ends up winning, but nonetheless, he still takes a lot of damage. Oh yeah, I mean it was ages ago. Dexter, yeah, it was ages ago, but I know they have a new one, like a new Dexter, I think, coming. At least I believe I'm pretty sure I saw something about Dexter. It was ages ago, but yeah, it was a crazy TV show, man. It is pretty clever that they came up with the dad being a cop. He's having to protect his son. They teach him how to be a cop and how to prevent getting caught being a serial killer. Of course, he goes after, other serial killers, but yeah. This might be dried by now. Yep, it is. Cool. Yeah, I'm just using one brush for this whole thing. The new Dexter's really good. Oh, nice. No, I haven't seen it. Last I heard, there was a Dexter where he was like helping his child or something. I don't think it. I don't think it stayed around too long. get the hair. Alright, got ourselves a 2-hour stream here. So yeah, once it dries and everything, I'll post it out there on Discord and on Instagram. So yeah, it's a nice little small, what do you call it? It's a 4x6, I believe. It's a 4x6. Could be 4.5x6 actually. Let me see. No, I believe it's 4x6. So it's a 4x6. So yeah. So yeah, I have this week off, so I can do some more art streaming for this week. So yeah, I could be here tomorrow. I'll see y'all later. Thank you, Arch, for coming by. I guess I'll put this as a VOD. That's of course, if I don't, I don't know, man. I was playing music though. Maybe I can't do a VOD. That might be a bad idea. I'll have to think about it. Okay. I'll see y'all later.